Hope you all are having a great day. The MLB is back. The offseason is officially over. Spring training is still going on, started today. But the offseason's over. And so today I'm going to go through 5 winners of the MLB offseason and 5 losers of the MLB offseason. Just my opinion. I consulted with Vlad, our MLB expert, on a few of these, but leave a comment. Tell me who you think your winners and your losers are. So MLB is back. And the biggest winner, I would say, of the MLB offseason is Juan Soto. $765 million is a lot of money. A lot of money in the bank. Largest contract in sports history, 15 years, $765 million. He got the bag. He was looking for the bag. Well done. I mean, he turned down many. He bet on himself, turned down a ton of offers, and ended up with this mega contract. So happy for him. Good for him. Chase your bag. But Juan Soto won. He's a winner. Hey, regardless of how his career plays out, at least he'll have almost $1 billion to cry on. Next winner here, and this is also kind of money related, is Willy Adames. Sorry I don't have his face in here, but Willy Adames signed a 7-year, $182 million contract. That's way more than I thought Willy Adames was worth. Obviously a great shortstop. He killed us when he was on the Brewers, so I'm happy to see him go, but geez, Willy Adames, he won this offseason from being traded away from the Rays for really not much to signing this lucrative deal to be the shortstop of the Giants, is great. So good for Willie. He's a big winner. Another big winner, this also has to deal with money. The Los Angeles Dodgers, those 3 guys and many more. They signed Roki Sasaki. They signed Blake Snell. They signed so many more guys, Tanner Scott. So many more players. And they won. They're coming off of a World Series. They're living good. They have Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Blake Snell, Roki Sasaki. Like, they have it all. This is legitimately the best team in baseball. Maybe the most stacked baseball team. I'm not going to say we've ever seen, because baseball is a large history, but I think the most stacked team I've ever seen in my lifetime on paper. 100%. So the Dodgers, and if you're a Dodgers fan, I dislike you, but nah, just kidding. Congratulations. Not going to be cheering for your team, though. Going to be rooting heavily against y'all. Unfortunately, the Big L, I loved the city a lot when I visited there. It was incredible. They were great. Oakland, California, they lost their baseball team. I can only imagine losing the pain. I don't live in Cincinnati anymore, but if the Reds ever lost their team, that would be so painful, especially if you just lost a basketball team. You lost the Warriors. I know they're technically still in the Bay Area, but yeah, I'm sorry, Oakland fans. The Ride or Die fans, I know y'all exist. Comment below if you're a Ride or Die A's fan. I love you guys. It'll get better. Hopefully you can find a new team or stick with the old team. I'm sorry that the ownership did this to y'all. But Oakland, yeah. You're losers, unfortunately. This is myself, so I'm calling myself out. People who want a salary cap. People, small market teams, teams that like developing players, teams that want to have a chance to sign some of these free agents. We all lost this offseason. The big money contracts went to the big market teams, and that's how it is in baseball. There's no salary cap, so if you have more money, you're going to get better players for the most part. Of course, there are some great teams that are able to reverse that kind of, and I have huge respect for those teams like the Rays, etc. But for the most part, yeah, especially with the Yankees Dodgers World Series, small market teams have taken a big L. That includes myself as a small market lover. We took L's. Another team that took an L. I was hesitant to do this because I don't like crapping on teams that are rivals of mine as a Reds fan, but The Cardinals, I felt as if this picture was iconic because it's got the palm trees in the background. They'll be heading to Cancun pretty early after the season in October. Honestly, they could probably just head out now. Obviously, the Cardinals, great organization. I respect their history. But right now is just not the best situation for them. They tried to trade away Arenado, got stonewalled. He wants to leave. They didn't add anybody this offseason, really. I know he wasn't doing too great. They lost Goldschmidt coming off a last place year. And the Cardinals always want to compete because they do have some good players. But I don't feel as if this is going to be a good year for them. The Diamondbacks. Shout out to Vlad for this one. He got me with the Diamondbacks. They signed this man, Perdomo. They got Josh Naylor. They got Corbin Burns. Got Randall Grichuk. There's a lot of good players. I really like this Diamondbacks team. Hopefully, Corbin Carroll bounces back and has a better season than he did last year, looking more like his rookie self. Even though they play in the NL West, I think you can pencil into the Diamondbacks as a playoff team this year. I think they won. Plus, I really like the color combination. So, the teal is a great look, I think. Pete Alonso, another one that Vlad gave me. I think he was offered 7 years, 182, turned it down, ended up with 2 years, close to 50 or 60 or something like that. Still a decent-sized contract, still money, you can live on for the rest of your life. Still going to be a Met, so still going to be cheered on. But fumbling the bag like that, unfortunately, especially after he hit that home run against the Brewers, I thought that was going to secure him a huge contract. That's unfortunately an L for the polar bear, a guy that I really like. But yeah, that's too bad. Mets can't have it all. This one is very biased, I will admit, but I got to throw some bias in there. I think the Reds won. Not because of any players. We really didn't do anything, so kind of lost in that regard. But I feel as if Terry Francona is going to turn our season around, turn our franchise around. I kid you not when I say the vibes with David Bell were not good. I was not enjoying myself, and a change needed to be made. And a change was made. I love Terry Francona as a coach. I love what he did with the Guardians. And I can already see, with him taking charge, like even him telling the Reds not to challenge the balls and the strikes with the automated system. Like, at least he's doing something. David Bell I feel as if I could coach the same way as David Bell. Just kind of let the players do whatever they want. They need someone, like Jonathan India said, to, I'm paraphrasing, but light a fire up their butt. I think the Reds need a sense of urgency. We have to start winning. And I think Terry Francona is the man for the job. L goes to the Blue Jays, Toronto Blue Jays. This is our final L. And I was hesitant putting this on there just because they got Santander. They got Jimenez, which I think they're two good players. Santander obviously coming off a monster season, but they're kind of always the bridesmaid, never the bride, in that they're always in the mix for these big-time players, but can't really secure them, really. Failed to secure Vlad Guerrero Jr. Sorry, I'm thinking of our guy, Vlad, to a big-time contract, and him and Bo Bichette will probably be free agents next year. Things just didn't turn out the way they wanted to in Toronto when it seemed like they were on the cusp of making a big run. And I don't think things are changing really. And one could argue that, as Vlad did, that they lost the Jimenez trade. Trading Andres Jimenez, trading for him. They traded away Spencer Horwitz, who is a great player, great prospect. And the Blue Jays took an L. But even if your team took an L or a W this offseason, we can all agree as baseball fans, late February to be exact, is a W because we get to see our favorite teams again in action, even if it's just spring training. Baseball is on the horizon, and it's back. Major League Baseball is back, and I couldn't really be happier. So be safe.